Greetings to everyone out there and welcome back to Around the Clock. In this video, we're going to discuss why all of these Nintendo Switch Pro rumors are a very good thing for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. Now, as we all know, we've heard all of the rumors for about 2 years now, but some of the most prominent rumors that we've heard so far is that this new Nintendo Switch Pro or Super Nintendo Switch or whatever Nintendo plans to call it will have a 7-inch OLED screen provided by Samsung. Of course, this brand new system will have new internals with better performance, and it is also said that while docked, this brand new Switch Pro will have an output of 4K, 720p while in handheld mode with that new OLED screen, but 4K while docked, and that is a big deal when it comes to brand new games, especially the Breath of the Wild 2. Now, for those of you who've played the original Breath of the Wild, you know that that is a massive game, and although I believe that Breath of the Wild, the original game, is a fantastic game, and hey, if you own a Nintendo Switch, it's a must play. The original game has a lot of flaws as well, especially in the area of the Korok Forest. There are a lot of frame rate dips, drops, stretches. There are a lot of things that are going on in this area and other areas of the game as well that are very unfortunate, but that doesn't mean that the game is unplayable, not at all. Also, I have heard from some players that when they hooked up the Breath of the Wild to a 4K TV, sometimes it looks a little muddy because the Switch is not optimized for a 4K TV. But this Switch Pro is rumored to have this 4K feature, so of course newer games like Breath of the Wild 2 will take advantage of this, and we can't forget that this Switch Pro will play older games as well, so I'm pretty sure that there'll be some type of enhancement or some type of up-res while playing older games on this Switch Pro, so both games Breath of the Wild 1 and 2 can take advantage of this 4K feature. Plus, we can't forget about the frame rate, right? Because the original Breath of the Wild can run at 60 frames per second at some parts of the game, but it dips here and there. Just imagine a consistent 60 frames per second in 4K on this Nintendo Switch Pro for Breath of the Wild 2. I'm pretty sure that Nintendo, if this whole Switch Pro thing is going to happen, that they plan to launch Breath of the Wild 2 alongside this new Nintendo Switch Pro because it only makes sense. From a marketing standpoint, you want to have a big first-party game to launch with this Switch Pro that stands out. A Breath of the Wild 2 game, 4K, 60 frames per second while docked, and in handheld mode, a 7-inch 720p OLED display. I mean, I'd rather play Breath of the Wild 2 on that Switch Pro. That is a good selling point. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the current Nintendo Switch, but better performance will always win at the end of the day. Again, if these rumors are all true, then this new Nintendo Switch Pro will be launching with Breath of the Wild 2. And that will put this game in the same boat as the original Breath of the Wild because let's remember, the original Breath of the Wild is on the Nintendo Wii U as well, but it plays better and looks better on the Nintendo Switch. The same thing is going to happen with this Breath of the Wild 2 game. Of course, this game will play on your current Nintendo Switches, but at the same time, if you want that better performance, that better battery life while playing in handheld mode, especially with that new OLED screen and 4K while docked, you're going to want to play Breath of the Wild 2 on that rumored Nintendo Switch Pro. Alright everyone, that's going to do it for this video. What are your thoughts on everything that was discussed here, and do you believe that all of these Nintendo Switch Pro rumors are a good thing for Breath of the Wild 2? Please let me know down in the comment section below. Plus, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And remember to keep it locked here to Around the Clock. We're here. We focus on Nintendo gaming news around the clock. I'll catch you guys in the next one.